Alrighty. Let's see, and then just make sure it's coming up on yours.
I shall. It's pretty good.
Alright,
I'm under a
then.
different count right now, so yes, there it is.
Good.
Oh, I just got a notification for myself. That shouldn't be a thing.
Oh no, I notify myself.
Alrighty then. Well, it's about time to put this whole charade to rest. No more of these videos after today.
Woo.
Well, unless
I'm just
I
kidding.
say that unless Game Freak and the Pokemon Company decide to do something drastic that everyone's gonna turn their heads at.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of interesting things to discuss because I can't say I really have played this game for myself, but I've watched it live and I do have some things to say, both positive and negative.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where I want to like this game, but at the same time, there's just so many things that just makes me not. So.
I mean, really, a lot of it. I mean, you got a lot of your favorites in there that just aren't even in. So it's like, I mean, I definitely see what's the point? I mean,
one of the things I will say, well, before we continue any further, just in case you wanted to see the first few seconds of this review, is I'm going to give my verdict right away. I would to say this is a fairly decent Pokemon experience, which means, yay, Chum likes the game. Everyone clap their hand. No. Hell no, I'm not going to love this game. This seems to me, and I'm not the first one to say this, but I do agree with wherever I heard it from, this seems like a game made for the 3DS ported over to the Switch. Because the way the game runs, the way the game looks, and the way the game even feels, it feels like a 3DS title.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that it's not, I'm not saying that it's a bad game. It's not. It's a very basic check everything off the box foundation Pokemon game, for sure. All the elements that makes a classic Pokemon game are there, but the thing of it is this is on a home console for the first time, not including XD and Stadium and Battle Revolution.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that polished.
But the thing of it is we expected an upgrade, not a standard thing that we've already gotten on a lower system.
Yep.
So,
which by console specs is a downgrade, kinda.
Yeah, well, especially when you charge 50% more money.
Yeah,
you're charging AAA home console prices
for
something that works fine enough. Like I said, it's not like Fallout 76 where it just decides to crash halfway through every time you load it. But there's a lot of cut content. I mean, the National Dex is the first thing everyone thinks of.
Yeah, it's the elephant.
The lack of animations, the lack of presentation, the lack of endgame. And, I mean, sure, catching the Pokemon in the wild area is fun, but there's a lot of things that... Here's the thing with this game. There's so many things that have great concepts. Mm-hmm. So many great concepts. But the way they handled the execution was just not done to its full potential. And that's what really bugs me about this game is the fact the good ideas are there, the creativity is there. I see that the wild area with the quote unquote innovative open world camera, like the full room camera. Mm-hmm. It's like I know. Calm down, guys, with that. I know it's a first for Pokemon, but it was invented back when Spyro was around. So
yeah, it's been around for 20 plus stinking years, man. Like seriously. It's like yeah, calm your tits, Nintendo. You're not, yeah.
And OK Freak's like, oh my god, we did it. Like they're gonna be so proud of us.
Or actually, no, I shouldn't even say Nintendo. Yeah, Game Freak, because to be fair, yeah, Nintendo has been doing that since like the mid '90s as well.
I mean, oh my god, it's just funny though. But yeah, like there's so many things to discuss. I'm gonna mention some of the positives and some of the negatives as well. Like for example, I do like the presentation. As much as the story is kind of boring, I do kind of like some of the presentation of it. But the thing of it is, and one person mentioned this, it would be way better with voice acting. It seems very, very kind of like too laid back and too like empty without the voice acting.
Yeah, because again, XD and Coliseum were the same way, but then again, those were also made in 2004 and 2005 respectively.
Well, if you look at the opening cutscenes, you actually you got the game at a very bargain-based price from one of your friends there.
I did.
Not gonna say who it is, but
no, it was a very, very good gesture.
But if you look at the opening cutscene, like, you can hear the cries of the Pokemon, and then when Leon calls them over and there's no dialogue, it seems so freaking weird.
Yeah.
It's so empty. Like, there's so many things that I mean, yes, it would be really difficult to get a bunch of voice actors for, like, all the townspeople and all this other shit, but it's not impossible. I mean, that's another thing that why this feels like a 3DS title. There's no voice acting at all.
There's no voice acting.
I mean, even like...
I mean, even Breath of the Wild had voice acting.
No, not. I was thinking Pokemon Snap for some reason because that's an N64 title that had voice acting.
You were close.
Yeah, with Professor Oak talking. That's not even relatively close. I mean, not even. I will say not even the XD games had voice acting. I'm pretty sure.
No, God, no. No, they didn't have any like spoken dialogue like that.
Yeah, they should have though. I mean, that's the thing. It needs to. But the thing, at least what's kind of bizarre is Pokemon Masters at least had some sort of voice acting with some of the characters. They didn't speak the lines, but they still made like random like sounds and shit while they talked, which kind of added a little bit more influence and a little bit more like creativity to the dialogue.
Yeah, like for me back in the day with XD and Coliseum is that like I was already used to no dialogue in a Pokemon game, so it didn't really stick out to me that much back then. But now it's like
it's 2019.
It's 2019.
I mean, there's so many things.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, I didn't really care either, honestly, because most of the games I'm playing, really, aside from like Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter at the time, or Spyro, didn't have any dialogue to speak of, or some Mario games as well, like very limitedly, but still.
With the what's another thing? The story. Just immediately go to the story. So, because I do rate these things. Don't we have someone in the chat? Hello there.
Super Cello, how you doing?
While we're going on, I don't know how many people are watching this. Actually, I should have probably looked at my own phone. But while this is actually going on, we are going to be taking like any questions that are related to the topic that we're talking about, and we'll answer them like wherever through. Like, for example, like doesn't really matter what they are as long as they're in reviewing spectators. So Sword and Shield is a decent game, I will admit. It's like I keep saying, like I don't want anyone thinking I'm hating on the game. Even though like almost every single one of my Pokemon has been cut, I still can't say that it's a bad game, because that's a bullshit lie. There is a good form of entertainment with this game. Here's the thing: if you enjoyed X and Y and Sun and Moon to any extent, you will like this game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. If this is like a gift to you, or like you got it at a discounted price, then I recommend this game. I do not recommend this game at $60 at all, because you're pretty much paying for a 3DS game for a higher price.
Yeah.
But back to the story. The story is nothing new. It's cute, but there's nothing new besides the same old shit we've been seeing in all the other Pokemon games, where there's you becoming the champion. I like how that's presented, though. I like how the more badges you collect, the more the townspeople notice. I like that. That's a good touch, because now you get actually more popular the more badges you get.
Yeah,
that's a fine touch. I like that part of the story.
Because in the stories before, townspeople didn't really notice you all that much, aside from like the main NPCs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's one thing I can give credit to. I like how the townspeople, you literally gain like popularity points with the townspeople, which is kind of cool. But like this, it's the same 1-2 punch that we've been seeing. You want to go on a journey, you earn those badges, you have several rivals. There's a stupid team you got to kick to the curb, and then there's a weird thing with a legendary, and then the only thing that they stole from Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is the history of the gimmick. I said this shouldn't happen, and it happened anyway. So anytime this happens in the game, you know what's funny is I went to my friend's house in Maine, and they have like a part where like as soon as he goes to like this tower and they true story, the minute they start talking about the history of Dynamax, I suddenly randomly had to take a shit. Like my body knew that this part was garbage, so I'm like, oh, this is a perfect time to go to the bathroom. I did my business, and by the time I came back, he just finished the part. It's like absolute perfect. Perfect time to stall out and go to the stall.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where like they keep on adding stuff like that in, but like if you look at the original story, it's like how would that?
Yes, he said Flygon got it. Sorry to interrupt you, but Flygon, yeah. I'm thankful that I'm surprised. I'm happy yet surprised Fly got in, considering that there's so many other dragons that I shouldn't say could replace him because that's rude. Because Flagon's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
too.
I like Flagon too.
Flagon is one of my top 15.
But then,
for sure.
But then you look at like Garchomp and Salamence and Dragonite. Like,
Yeah,
the hell.
Well, the Flagon got in and Garchomp didn't. So
Yeah.
who's laughing now, bitch?
Like seriously, man.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. But yeah, the story. I would have to give the story probably like a C. It's passable, but it's
Yeah, it's
nothing-
average.
It's very average.
It's average.
It fills the criteria of how to make a Pokemon story, but it doesn't go along more than
Yeah,
that.
they definitely need to start taking more risks, and all that when it comes to the story. They really need to start kind of exploring new territories.
Absolutely, 100%. Game Freak will never ever make a story even half as close as Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah,
Even the first game, as short as that one, was a better plot.
yeah.
The first Mystery Dungeon game. But if you compare like this story to Explorers Time and Darkness and Sky or Super Mystery Dungeon, no fucking way. Those games kick this story's ass with to Here to Kingdom Come. I mean, granted, it's in a different environment and it's a different setting, but the storytelling as a whole is
just
way better.
It's just
For
better.
sure. Because, at least, with Super Mystery Dungeon, they threw me a couple of legit curveballs in that story that I didn't expect. This game, you can predict almost everything.
Yeah, you kind of can, yeah.
I mean, if you don't mind that, it's still a good story. So, like, I mean, if you like that whole thing, and the thing of it is, it's in familiar territory. So, if you're comfortable with that sort of thing, then you're going to be definitely comfortable with this too, without a doubt.
Yeah, they just played things very, very safely.
That's for sure. They definitely do.
Hey, MW.
Thorn, I haven't seen you in ages. Hey, buddy. Wow.
Yeah, how you doing there, bruh?
Why did Sword and Shield Replayability? Wait, did I say Incu? Oh, Urcu. I can't read that from you. What? Shield Reception Urcu. Oh yeah. If you want a definition of sucking dick, just look at IGN's review on Sword and Shield. Like the fact that they only focused on positive things and literally said all the negatives in 7 seconds, it just reeks of promoting the material.
That's more IGN's fault than the actual game itself, though. To be fair.
Oh my god. No, that is just
No.
ugly.
IGN totally they totally got they got bought off big time when it comes to that. Like, their opinions got bought off, I should say.
And the fact that literally called everybody like, yeah, that the reviewers called everybody like, oh shit, what's the word? Entitled and all this other shit, like entitled, like irresponsible game or ignorant.
Yeah,
just
because they have a dissenting opinion.
I'm like, even with my own, like I'm trying to be biased with this and try to look at both sides because I don't want anyone thinking I hate Sword and Shield because I don't. There's many things there's many things that I wish improved. But if you look at the game, if this is someone's first Pokemon experience, which is how I'm trying to look at it, they will enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. If some kid got this for their first Pokemon game for Christmas, I can see them enjoying it, for sure. Because keep in mind they're not familiar with the other stuff, so they technically don't know what they're missing. Yeah. So if you look at it through their perspective, they will enjoy this game. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, which is great to have that innocence, man. I gotta tell you.
But if you go for someone like me who like knows when it was like to have all the Pokemon in the game,
yep. To have like literally pretty much everything at your disposal aside from like event Pokemon and shit, especially if you're not cheating.
All right. What's the next? All right. So yeah, we already gave the verdict on the story itself as a C. It's a C.
Yep,
it's
average.
Passable. It, like I said, if this is like someone's first Pokemon story or something, it checks the boxes on how to make a basic Pokemon story. It's nothing new, but it's something familiar and comfortable at the same time. It's entertaining. Mm-hmm. It's entertaining at the very least. So that's why I give it a C. It's not a failing story by any means.
Yep, solid elements.
I mean, except the fact that Gigantamax Charizard is a big fat I can't say that word on camera. So, yes, that other than that. Here's another. I feel that Sword and Shield is similar to a version of a 3DS Super Smash and all the characters there, but a lot of cool features introduced and still a good game. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because we keep comparing this to a 3DS game on the Switch. Yeah. That's what it feels like. If you look at the... Alright, well, how about we look at the graphics decks? Oh boy.
Yeah, they needed polishing big time on this one.
Here's another thing that literally, you can tug both ends of this rope. Because on the positive side, there is a positive. some of like the town designs and shit are fucking gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie, they're wicked cool looking.
Yeah.
Some of the creativity of the designs of the towns and shit, like even some of like the areas of the wild area are pretty innovative.
Yep.
I like that. But when you start to see like paper cutout fucking backgrounds and shit, no, that's shit that we've seen on the PlayStation and the N64. We shouldn't be seeing that on the Switch.
And I will admit the scale is pretty good. When you look at things like if you're up on a bridge and you see things from way down below, it actually does look pretty. You look like you're actually high up. It has a decent sense of height in that game.
It's a shame that the dithering and the other effects look kind of
Yeah,
I mean the scale is there, but the
MW has, it's just like with Smash Ultimate, the everyone is here thing. This time it'll be...
Dude, I said that on the car ride. I said, oh no, who did I say that to? Where like watch, they're gonna have Sword and Shield Ultimate Edition, and they're gonna have the remaining Pokemon that didn't make it as the selling point. Dude, I will find out where one of the Game Freak's devs lists and go right to their head. Actually, no, not to them, because it wouldn't be Game Freak's fault. It would be the Pokemon Company pulling this shit. Because everyone's saying, oh, hashtag Game Freak lied and all this other shit.
Which technically on the surface they did, but however, when you look at
we think that corporate told them to lie.
Yeah, exactly.
In all honesty, I can't be mad at Game Freak because there's been evidence where I forget the guy's name, shit, because I want to give him credit for his video, because I don't want to take his credit, but he pointed out in one of the interviews when a couple of the Game Freak devs were being asked about, is the National Dex coming back? One of the guys literally had to look over the interviewer's shoulder, like with a really worried expression on his face, and then they looked back and went no comment, which means there must have been some sort of corporate watching over them, telling them what they can and can't say.
Oh yeah.
So that means that it's not, I don't think it's Game Freak's fault for all the lack of animation, reused models, and other shit. I think it was literally the Pokemon Company trying to save some money.
Sure, if you look at it like a complete service level, yes. But however, you gotta look beyond that. You gotta look kind of outside the box.
Game Freak did lie, but it's not their fault they lied.
Yeah, they were doing what they were told.
Which that's just scummy. Like, they're getting all the fucking hate speech when really it's the higher-ups that need to get all the speech.
Like, as usual, again, they're the pawns. They're the fall guys.
This Pokemon Spear. It better be a Dragon Spear with Poison plus mechanic. Oh, no, wait, that's RuneScape.
Yeah, and then, of course, then Bo makes a good point there with the character packs, which I was even thinking that too.
Oh my, if they even think about making that a thing. If they even so-called make that an idea on their whiteboard, people are gonna destroy them. Because DLC fighters in Smash is one thing, but with this, it's so much more, because there's so much more characters to play here. It's similar to like fucking... Actually, how Koei Techno does shit. With every new release, they take shit away and resell it.
Yeah.
Which is what freaking Dynasty Warriors 9 did, and what freaking Dead or Alive 6 did.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't want to be paying $1,286 with the fucking Pokemon DLC. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just no. Absolutely freaking not.
Because I feel as if with the Smash DLC, it's a lot more acceptable than
because it's brand new content you never seen before.
Yeah,
Not hey kids, first time comers to Sword and Shield and Pokemon entirely, like I mentioned in my video. You've never seen this Pokemon before. It's Dragonite. He's new. You can buy him now for $5.99 plus tax.
And of course, most people would not have the will or wherewithal to research. Like, why haven't we seen this for the first time? Is this actually a new Pokemon? And then they would find out it's not.
Well, it's new to them, so technically they're not lying.
Yeah, I know.
But no, even corporate's not that stupid. I mean, maybe they are, but Jesus Christ.
I mean, no, what I'm getting, it's still not going to stop some people, especially the curious ones and maybe arguably the smart ones, to actually research
This is a bit of a stretch, but recently Pokemon Go had an event with Regigigas, which you had to pay $7.99 just to get access to them, and a lot of people bought that, so yeah, that's actually scary to think about.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's not something that I want to happen.
No.
But, shit, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, presentation. Yeah, the presentation. Oh, yeah, how about those random frame rate drops?
Yeah.
Like remember like when it showed that crowd of people from a specific angle and it was going literally like 15 frames a second. It was so bad. If there's as much as like too much shit on the screen at all, double battles with a bunch of shit on the screen just chug. Now I know why most of the shit is single battles.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you look at Battle Revolution, that shit never happened. But then again, there wasn't, like, they didn't have the really big crowds or anything like that either.
They had paper cutout crowds that moved, at least. You know, they had shit in the background for, like, Stargazer Coliseum.
Oh, yep.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a Coliseum named after
that actually had a lot of shit in the background, like, a lot of elements with, like, moving lava and shit and some of the ones with the waterfalls going. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, the frame rate was consistent in that game. That's a Wii game, for Christ's sake.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
That's another thing that make me think. Oh, maybe they developed this with the 3DS in mind. Is because why else are we seeing these constant frame rate drops? It makes no sense. Especially, it ain't the Switch's fault by any means. The Switch should be able to handle this no matter what.
I mean, to look at one game in particular, Mario freaking Odyssey. That game runs in a smoothie silk 60 frames a second on that game.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Or smoothie silk, silky smooth. God dang it.
Smoothie silk. I like smoothie silk.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good, too.
Silk is a nice almond milk. Almond milk is good for you. Drink it, kids.
Yep. Yeah, drink your school, stay in milk.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the character models for what they are, yes, they're rescaled models, but at least they gave them a little bit of polish, similar to Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I will say that. The animations, though, good.
And Pokemon Sword and Shield became Pokemon VR voice chat. Yeah, meaning, like, in terms of, like, the model quality, it looks like it would be in, like, VR chat.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, considering that, like, some of the models I've seen in, like, Gary's mod could probably fit in this. I mean, I've seen some better models in terms of, well, I guess Pokken Tournament's not a fair comparison because they didn't have a lot of Pokemon in that game on purpose because not everyone can be qualified as a fighter.
No.
I will admit Charizard's design in that game is a hell of a lot better than whatever the fuck he turns into in this game.
Yeah. I take it he didn't waddle in that game either. Again, I don't really know much about Pokken Tournament, but
I don't know. I think he's too busy trying to beat the shit out of somebody than walk around casually. But I don't know. Actually, I never really paid attention. But still, like, that's one thing that still really pisses me off is the fact that the only reason why Charizard's in here is to be literally the Gigantamax mascot, and that's so disgusting. I would 100% approve of him being the champion of the region if that weren't a thing.
Yeah.
Because that's just a huge letdown. I mean, at least the one thing I can say is that his character for, like, being loyal and kind of adorable is that's charming, I will admit. So they didn't completely kill one of my favorites, but they still, I don't consider him in the game because let's face it, why else would he be the only non-Gen 8 starter in this entire game? It's because he's a freaking mascot.
Yeah, because when you look at that is pretty glaring.
It's very, very glaring. I don't know why that's a thing. But
yeah, because like if you see Charmander, Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard, and you're like, wait, what about Squirtles? What about Squirtle, Bulbasaur? What are they, chop liver? Like, what the hell?
They're coded into the game. Yeah. Hopefully not sold as DLC packs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll clear that away.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, they make a Galarian form. Oh my god!
I will murder somebody. Well, he's the closest one, so he's in trouble.
Yep. Yeah, no. I will. No, he will murder me, and he'll be a murder some motherfuckers.
That would literally be just like, oh my god, that'd be like getting fucked up the ass and slapped across the face repeatedly. That just would be the most unpleasant experience of my life.
Yep.
I would be violated and angry and confused all at the same time. No, please don't let that be a thing. Cause I can't even think about that. I'm just getting angry already and it didn't even happen yet. Mm-hmm. Another thing about presentation. Let's think about the gym battles. The gym battles is another clear example of excellent concept, poor execution.
Or really kind of lackluster execution.
Lackluster execution. And why is that? The animations of the Pokemon kill the entire thing. You have the crowds going wild. You have the epic music, the epic stage or whatever. The amount I love, like the big arena.
Yeah,
and shit.
like
Obviously it's for room for the Dynamax Pokemon and shit. But if there for whatever reason, if you or the opponent never used Dynamax forms or Gigantamax forms at all, it would be so stale and boring. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the way the animations are without those things is so lackluster, it's not even funny. It's just a shame too, because if this game had the animations from Battle Revolution, it would be a fucking 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie. Because they had everything else set up.
Yeah.
I still love the music, and I love the way the crowd actually, like, the separate music track where the crowd actually sings along with the fucking gym theme when the guy's on their last Pokemon. That's super cool. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
It really gets you, like, in it. But the fact that it is like when someone does fucking double kick and it looks like a fucking PowerPoint presentation, kind of kills it a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, kind of takes some of the effectiveness of the animations out of it for sure.
Talking about Pokemon here, not EA. I don't trust that. If you look at the sales figures for Pokemon Masters. I would loot boxes up the ass, barely any content, a piece of shit of a game, and they still made $26 million a week. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, no, they do.
They know what they're doing.
If you said that maybe like 5 years ago, I'd say maybe, but ever since that came out, ugh.
Yeah, the fact of it is I'm just. Here's the thing, and I know I'm gonna piss a lot of people off saying this. If Nintendo did allow a lot of monetization on the Switch, I can almost guarantee that the Pokemon Company would have had some sort of monetization with Sword and Shield. They didn't do it because Nintendo probably didn't allow them to.
Yeah. And
because if you look at how much money they made off of Pokemon Go and that bullshit with Pokemon Duel, that with the fucking $17.99 a month subscription bullshit, which, by the way, that game got discontinued in October, so good job everyone who bought the subscription, by the way. And then the shit with Pokemon Masters, where it's the only way you could get the best deals is with paid currency, not the in-game currency. Yeah, nice setup there, too. They know what they're fucking doing.
Yeah, the fact that it's a side game isn't really a great excuse, though.
That's the thing. Like, if Nintendo allowed a lot of monetization on their own AAA shit, like their first-party shit, Sword and Shield would have been hit hard. I know that for a fact, because I've been seeing the way the Pokemon Company's been pulling shit, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
So what are they gonna do? They're gonna do a workaround. They're gonna make it. They're either gonna use the next game, like Super Sword or Super Shield, whatever the fuck the next remakes are gonna be for next year. Because you know it's coming. It's inevitable. They're going to make the Pokemon that didn't make it as the selling point for newcomers. I'm calling it. I don't give a shit if you think I'm wrong. I'm fucking calling it anyway. Or they're going to use Pokemon Home as that sort of they're going to use Pokemon Home as pretty much... You're pretty much going to lose everything unless you are forced to pay the monthly subscription for Pokemon Home. They're going to make Pokemon Bank obsolete. And once that happens, you have to pay the subscription with Pokemon Home or risk losing everything
and just starting from scratch.
Yeah, I mean, your collection that you saved up for like a decade and a half or more will be lost unless you pay this subscription, which blows. I hate that, but I can see that coming because they've been promoting this a lot, and I don't know why they keep saying something. They keep saying things like, "Oh, you can." It's a great place to hang out with your Pokemon and shit. Like, if they didn't put any fucking effort into the shit in Pokemon Sword and Shield, I doubt they're gonna do anything besides make a glorified My Pokemon Ranch or something for the freaking Switch.
Yeah, and also the fact that Masters made so much money, too, is like they're gonna see that and they're gonna try to model it after that even more. Because, hey, if it's successful, like any business would, they're gonna keep doing it what makes them more money. Just makes sense.
That's the thing. That's the thing, and I just wish a lot of people did the same thing. I don't want people to be blinded by what Pokemon used to be and like the fandom of Pokemon. Like, you have to open up your mind just a little bit more. You can still love it the way you want, but you have to have a cautious eye about the things to come. Like I said, this game is 100% not worth $60 by any means. There's so much cut content. And the fact that it feels like a 3DS game, people are getting ripped off without even knowing it. This should have been a $40 title. Then it would have been way more forgivable.
Yeah, then the fact that the lack of certain things would have been justifiable.
But you know why it sold well is because the brand Pokemon itself just sells.
It sells.
You could literally, I think I mentioned this joke before, but you can literally shit in the shape of Pikachu, and then people will be like, "I want that.
Yep,
I'll give you $20 for that."
Mm-hmm. At least $20.
Yeah, at least. I mean, that's an exaggeration. That's me being me being a dick. But
yeah,
still.
no, that's us being dickwads.
That's the thing. Like, I'm not a hater of this franchise by any means. I mean, look at the back of my room. That's at least $1,000 worth of merchandise. So I shouldn't really be talking, but still.
Anything that has Lati in it, sold. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
yeah,
it's
man.
a shame they didn't even make the freaking cut either. My whole team is banned, and therefore I'm banning myself from this game. It's most of you are like, you never played the game, then you can't do a review on it. I've watched an entire playthrough on YouTube. So I have my own take on it. I've seen actual live footage in person when you played it and my buddy in Maine played it.
And here's the thing too, unlike a game like Celeste, which is a really, really difficult platformer, you can just watch Pokemon and you'll get a good idea of it. Whereas like a game like a platformer, you actually do kind of have to play it to experience and get your own thing. But a game like Pokemon, you really fucking don't.
Alright. So yeah, so overall, the presentation. That's a really tough one because the set pieces are there, but they're just not polished. Frame rate drops. Some areas that have excellent design, but they're just not modeled or polished correctly, which kind of sucks. The animations speak for themselves. That's a flat out F. Because yes, I get it with the whole Dynamax stuff. Those aren't animation. That's like visual and particle effects. That does not count as Pokemon animation. Just letting you know. Because, okay, here's the thing. If you took all the particle effects out of these moves, what would you get? Ugly.
It would be very boring.
You would get, it's like the visual thing of Whirlpool. All you would get is a Pokemon just fucking spinning. You won't get anything. Like some of it's laughable. It's laughably bad. So like the overall presentation, how the game looks and feels and whatever. Oh, this is close. This is tough because I'm in the middle between D and C. Because, like I said,
for a presentation,
because it's in the it's in the middle, but it's not. Fuck, I'll just give it a C. I'm gonna be generous, because, the way the whole set is, the Galar region does. I like its take on Britain. I love like some of the big, huge fucking buildings and landmarks and shit. That's super cool. I'm not gonna lie. The gym battles with the way the stadiums look, I like that alone. Minus the way the Pokemon battles are, which is ironic. It looks freaking fantastic. Yeah, I love those giant gyms. But
yeah, because they definitely remind me. They remind me of the stadiums from XD Coliseum and Battle Revolution.
Battle Revolution too. Yep. I mean, well, granted, Battle Revolution had more flashier set pieces for sure. Like they had like, they didn't all look pretty much the same, but I do like it a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a C because it's clear that the models are reused and the animations look shit. And can't forget about that amazing N64 tree. And whoever was saying that rumor was fucking true. Holy crap. It does look worse when you're viewing it on a TV for yourself. Because I looked at it on YouTube on my phone. I'm like, oh, that doesn't look half bad. And then I seen that same tree at my friend's house. I'm like, oh my god, what is that? like Hotshot's Golf 4 trees look better than that.
Yeah, Trees on Ratchet and Clank, which is a 2002 game on the PlayStation 2, looks better than that. Well, granted, that game's also a lot more cartoony, but still, be that as it may.
Wait, Pokemon's supposed to look cartoony.
You see, right.
Well, Fur Fighters, too. Actually, Fur Fighters' graphics looks better. That's 2001!
Yeah, it's 2001. Actually, especially, you ever see Jak and Daxter footage, the original? That was 2001. That game looked gorgeous for the day.
Forget. So,
it was like one of the most realistic looking games at the time.
Yeah, alright, so here, oh shit, I was gonna say something else, too. Oh, fuck. Oh yeah, here's one thing 100% that I think is probably one of the best things about this game, hands down. The music. The music is fucking awesome in this
soundtrack
game.
is really decent.
There's so many tunes that I literally I listen to while I edit videos and shit too. That's how fucking good they are.
Yeah, and for someone like him, man, that's a good point. That's a strong point.
If I were, I'll be honest, if it weren't for if I weren't afraid of Nintendo sniping my ass, I'd put him in Mugen.
Yeah,
I'm that serious. They're that good. They're that's one thing I can give credit for with this game is even if the fucking animations are lackluster and shit, the fucking music is good to listen to. Like the Team Yell's theme is pretty kick ass.
Yep.
With the freaking guitars and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the town shit, what's the name of that town? I already forget. I'm a dope. The town with the grass gym in it. That town is that town theme is really sweet. I love that. Oh man, and there's some soundtracks for towns that I swear could pass as Mystery Dungeon music. They're so good.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's one thing I will 100% give this game credit for. That gives 2 thumbs up is the soundtrack, without a doubt. Oh, and the victory theme for when you win a battle in a gym, I freaking love the fact. I love how techno that is. Oh my god. Oh, and one thing too is I don't know if anyone's noticed, and I don't know if this is a Shield exclusive, but remember that girl who looks stoned out of her mind and she actually has an Oddish? I know they did that on purpose. They did that on purpose because Oddish is the weed Pokemon and she looks stoned. She smoked that Oddish. Yep. We all know she smoked the
Oddish every day.
You can't make that up. They did that on purpose. There's no way they gave that girl a freaking stoner look and have Oddish at the... It's done on purpose. I know it is.
Let's see, music. Yeah, we just said it was really good.
I'm sorry. Did you have a blank moment because I literally just said the music is the best part of the game. I mean, for sure. There's a couple of tracks that are kind of on the lame side, but a lot of them are really good.
Yep.
Oh man, that's definitely something that Oh yeah, and some of the areas of the wild area has bagpipes and shit. That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I fucking love that aesthetic.
Yeah, it's kind of. It's funny too because you start. What the fuck?
Oh, did you scroll?
Oh, no, never mind. No, that was 2 messages popped up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there was a little bar that popped.
Sinnoh Region DLC. DLC for this game should not exist because that would just be unbelievably scummy. You know people are going to rebel against that shit. That is literally the same shit that EA does. If it's free DLC, yes, that's approved. But they already said they're not doing that. But I have a feeling, I have a feeling that... Alright, well, here's the thing. They already said DLC for new Pokemon shit is not coming back. If for whatever reason they change their minds, I am not going to be happy about that because I already know there's going to be some sort of price tag. I don't trust them. I know it's Pokemon and everything. I like the characters. I like the concept of the games. I like the cards and shit. But hey, there's still a business. I do not trust what they're going to do with DLC of any kind.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, see, Ty makes a good point. I don't want a Gen 4 remake, not like this at least.
No, not really. Especially, what are they gonna do? I mean, they already did the history of Dynamax with this crap, and what are they gonna do? Add that to Gen 4 and ruin that too?
Yeah, and even though that wasn't in there at all.
I know, exactly. Oh god, I can already see that coming.
Yeah, leave Gen 4 alone.
Absolutely not. No, if Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was a fucking pile of shit with that story, because they literally took the main story and literally smeared it with anything Mega Evolution related they possibly could and killed the entire thing.
Yeah.
The only reason why I continued playing was because I was doing a review at the time for that, and I still regret spending the $40 for that. But if they do the same thing with the Gen 4 remakes and they decide to make Dynamax or Gigantamax the main concept, nope. I'm not even going to bother. I'm just immediately just going to be turned off by it. I'm not going back there again. Yeah, Gigantamax, Palkia.
See, that's why I like.
Fuck that.
That's why I liked Heart Gold and Soul Silver so much, because they literally all they did was that they just added the Gen 4 mechanics to it. That's all they did. The story was the same.
If you want to know how to make a fucking solid remake, those are the best remakes of the series. But well,
except for Fire Red and Leaf Green. Fire Red and Leaf Green.
At the time, Fire Red and Leaf Green I'm not gonna lie. I think Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are a little bit better.
Even a little bit, yeah.
In all
That's right, because that takes place in Kanto. So yeah, no, you're right.
It takes place in Kanto, and it's a little bit more laid back and simplistic and shit. I think the main reason why Fire Red and Leaf Green, as far as I know, to my knowledge, was even made is so, ironically enough, you can actually have the entire Pokedex onto the Gen 3 games. Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, at that point they actually that's a good.
That's literally the only reason why they made Fire Red and Leaf Green is so you could get the entirety of the Gen 1 and 2 decks onto Ruby Sapphire Emerald.
And then likewise XD and Coliseum because you could transfer your Pokemon over to there too.
Oh, that is so bad. That is so bad. Oh no. Maybe we should go back to Mega Evolution. I mean, if there's one...
It depends.
If there's one thing I can say that Dynamax does that Mega Evolution don't, is the fact that every Pokemon can have an advantage, and other Pokemon, like, I don't know, what's a good random one? Dunsparce is a completely flubbernucked.
Yep.
And, well, actually, Flygon, once again, is a perfect example. Like, Flygon didn't get... Well, I think supposedly, according to resources, he was supposed to get a Mega Evolution, but never did. But if Mega Evolutions were back and nothing else, that's another label of favoritism. Then people are only going to pick those for their team, and they're going to say, fuck everything else. That shouldn't be a thing. Like I said, every Pokemon should have a place, but not Sword and Shield, apparently. Mm. But... would I be as butthurt if, like, at least, I don't know, the Lotties made it to the game or something? Who's to say? Probably not. That still hurt me right here. Like, the fact that I'm seeing, like, even the campsite and shit. Oh, yeah, that's one thing I never talked about is the wild area and shit. But let's talk about the wild area. But I hate the camping only because, like, I like the idea, but the fact of it is like, You want to know what your favorite Pokemon can do in that, but if they're not coded into the game, you're fucking shit out of luck, and you have to use your imagination to do it. That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks. I mentioned that in my last video on this, is the fact that you want to know so damn bad what your Pokemon is capable of in this game, or what animations they have, if any, but you won't be able to know until maybe the next installment. Mm-hmm. So that just... not something I approve of. That's one thing that really, really killed it. And to solve this national dex debate and problem, what they should have done, and Jim Sterling said this too, they should have made it so it was Gen 8 only and nothing else. Use the Gen 8 Pokemon only. And the reason why they probably couldn't do that is because I think there's only 90-something or maybe even 100 in the game, so maybe there wasn't enough to do that. And maybe, especially with the wild area and shit, you know how stale that would get?
Oh, that'd be very stale.
So, that's the reason why they didn't. But that way, people can focus on the new shit without feeling like their classics have been didn't get the VIP access.
Yeah.
Hydreigon's laughing at us, and Latias is crying in a corner, wondering why she's not important enough to the franchise. So, there you go. Hey, I'm better than you.
Oh, man.
It's like, wait, you didn't get a ticket? Oh, how unfortunate. Or that meme where... that meme that somebody showed me where it says, oh, the god of the region has appeared or something, and Arceus is there, and they try to block him. They say, it's like, we didn't mean you, get out of here. And then behind him, there's like literally a Charizard on a pedestal walking in.
Yeah.
So yeah, Charizard is pretty much like the god of the region, apparently.
Let's see. Yeah, Bo makes a good point about Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity, because you mentioned this too, because they didn't have all the Pokemon in there either. That was one of the lowest points of the game.
That was one of the lowest points in the game, and I didn't figure that out until after I beat the game, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? I was pissed. I was so pissed. Yeah, Gates to Infinity was a decent story, decent mechanics, and decent presentation, but the fact that it had lack of Pokemon just killed it.
Funny. That's a good game to compare to this one because.
Oh, does Sword and Shield have more content than Gates to Infinity? Yes, it definitely does. It has the missions in the wild area and like catching and shit, exploring for a little bit. I will say, the wild area is so massive, it just kind of makes the routes and the towns really small.
Small, it does. Although the routes are very small. They're super linear.
Yeah, they're super linear and they're wicked short, too, which is just... okay, I guess
Like,
the effort just went into the wild area then?
Yeah, because you look at the past games, like, you look at, like, a route, like, I think Route 119 in Gen 3, you remember how long and skinny that was, going through all, like, that growth? This is where you could find, like, Tropius and stuff like that. You remember how long that shit was? That was a mega long route. Going from, what was it? I think it was Fortree City to Lily Cove. That was a fucking journey and a half to get to those places.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like, you look at that shit, and, like, that's kind of why I like Gen 3, because it was actually, like, a journey to get from town to town.
Make Shadow Pokemon in the game again. That's probably not going to happen, because Pokemon Go already has them. Just letting you know. Pokemon
right.
Go is flooded with Shadow Pokemon and Team Go Rocket battles, so if you want Shadow Pokemon, that's where you're going to have to go from now on.
That's where you're going.
Which is aching to look at, too, to delay the game so that I can make it more... That's the thing, they should have delayed this game.
They really should have delayed
They should have delayed this game.
That goes back to the polishing thing that I was mentioning. They could have done that by delaying it.
If they push this game to, the 2020 or something.
Or 2021, hell, even.
No, I think they could have at least gotten all the Pokemon in 2 years, at the very least.
Yeah, right.
But the thing of it is that that's the thing that really makes me not trust whatever they're gonna do, is because they flat out said, "Oh, your Pokemon's not allowed because of this, this, and this." But those specific reasons were bullshit. We're redoing the models from scratch. If that's the case, how come they look literally identical to each other besides a few tweaks? I'm not stupid. You can't fool me.
Yeah, we weren't born yesterday, motherfuckers.
We're rebalancing the game. Are you sure about that? Because I'm pretty sure competitive will get staler faster than a bag of chips. Number 3, we're redoing high-quality animations. Unless you're maybe talking about camping, which is a freaking stretch, you sure ain't hell talking about the battles. That's still a lie.
Yep.
The camping at least has some sort of animations, even though... I will admit some of them are reused. There's a lot of reused content in this game. And the fact that some people are talking like a free roam camera is like one of the high points, or you can access your storage no matter what. You did that and Let's Go. That's not a new thing. It's not a brand new thing. It might be new for like the main series games, but these are tiny little tweaks. Like, everything in the Pokemon Center sort of thing, the no HMs or something, everything access to the bike for easy access, or these things should be expected because it's onto a new console. You expect little tiny patches and upgrades to the previous games to make the gameplay more fluent. That shouldn't be praised. It should be thanked, but it shouldn't be like praised like it's this brand new freaking innovative thing. It's like other games have already done this shit. This is like day one patch shit.
Yeah.
So it's not. Raichu gets a nice Alolan form. Nice form. Wait, Alolan forms aren't even in the game, are they? Or maybe? Oh wait, are they? I don't even know. I don't think
they wouldn't be. That wouldn't make sense.
Oh, no, they're not, because it's only Galarian. So that's... And no one will ever persuade me that Gigantamax form is a good idea. Or Dynamax. I don't like the concept at all. It is possible to beat the game without it, by the way. Here's the thing. If they made it so the gym leader's Dynamax lasted more than 3 turns and it was infinite, you probably could fail unless you get your levels 10 levels higher than them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If you didn't use Dynamax and they did, and they could literally one-shot every single one of you, which is fucking broken.
Yeah, it's broken as hell.
And so yeah, like I said with going back to the wild area, I'm sorry, but yeah, the wild area, great. Once again, I'm gonna say this for a third time. Excellent concept, poor execution. Because it's true. I like the idea of like a massive safari zone where you get to go to different areas and see different Pokemon wander around in their environments. That's an interesting idea. But it's just, I think it's a little too big because there's a lot of like wide open barren spaces that just look kind of weird. There's like random shit that's there for no fucking reason, like giant monuments. The graphics and draw distance are pitiful. The frame rate just randomly chugs for no fucking reason.
Yeah, like for this day and age, yeah.
And the poppin' is atrocious. Oh my god, that you think it's bad in towns where you just like walk through and then a giant onyx just goes whoop right next to you. Imagine riding your bike and at a decent speed, and then all of a sudden you don't realize there's a ride-on in front of you until it spawns in literally right next to you and you bump into him, and then you can't run away because he's fucking 10 levels higher than you. That's terrible. Oh, and don't get me started on the whole you can't catch this Pokemon without the appropriate badge is bullshit.
Yeah, that was
that literally takes away with the whole freedom-based mechanic that I was thinking about. They should have done it like this. Instead of the being unable to catch it, period, they should have made it so you can catch it, but it will not obey you until you get the appropriate badge. If you caught the Pokemon underneath a specific level and then you raise it to the level at the same time, then it could still obey you. That's one thing because you caught it at a lower level. But if you have like a badge that only goes up to 25 and then you catch a 30, then it should not be able to obey you until you get the badge leading up to 30. So they could balance the game out like that. So you can at least work on your freaking Pokedex without having to. You know why they did that? It's because of fucking padding.
Yeah, padding.
They did it for padding. They didn't want you to freaking catch everything on your first go. So they're like, oh, come back later when you have 4 more badges. Then you can catch that Snorlax that's taunting you the whole time.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, it's like hey, he was looking at me funny. I wanted to catch him.
He said, get in my belly. And I didn't like that.
It's like, yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, it gave me the shifty eyes.
Well, if you listen to some of my things, I'm not hating on the game. There's a lot of things that I do like. For example, the set pieces, some of the story elements are charming, and especially the gym battle presentations. Besides the animations are freaking phenomenal. The music, good god, the music's awesome. Like literally the best part of the game.
I mean, sure. Which that's a good quality to have. I mean.
Oh, it does liven up the experience,
very,
for sure.
Very
like, that's one of the saving graces of this game, for sure. But like I said, there is a lot. It seems like I'm being really nitpicky with a lot of things, but that's a lot of casual fans aren't going to notice this, and that's what I fear. I don't want the games to get more lackluster from this point on. I want them to get better for the newcomers. I want them to get better for the casual fans. I don't want to hate on this game because at its core, it's a decent experience. You can enjoy this game. Even me watching my buddies play it right next to me and me just like, I don't know, just shooting the shit and watching the game. It is fun at sometimes. It is. Yeah, it's not a bad game. No. I can't say it's a bad game because that's a lie. It's just it does not live up to expectations.
It could have been better.
Yeah, I do not want anyone thinking I'm hating on this game because as much as I love to pick on the fucking graphics, because let's face it, anyone can take a cheap shot like that. But there still is entertainment to be had. This game would have been way more forgivable for 3 different things. Number 1, if the National Dex was in it, a lot of this other shit would be overlooked, guaranteed. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, it kind of would.
Number 2. If this game was not priced $60, if this was priced $30 to $40 at the very most.
At the very most, yeah.
Then this would be way more forgiving in my eyes. Because I have to give it a trip. The thing it is, it's charging $60. It's charging AAA prices. I'm going to treat it like a AAA game. I'm not going to treat it like a 3DS game. Mm-hmm. Even if it looks and feels like one.
Oh, yeah.
They're charging more money.
Yeah, exactly. When you put it on that merit, yeah, it really doesn't match up to that.
And number 3, if we weren't lied to about this shit, and if they said, from the beginning, we're having a tough time, the animations and shit, we had to transfer stuff over from the 3DS to meet the deadlines. If they were honest with that, this would be way more forgiving.
Yeah,
I would have even forgiven them for that. But the fact that all these things come into play, you can't pull this. You can't pull this shit and expect me to just bow down and buy it anyway because it's a Pokemon title. I can't do that because you're literally lying to my face but want me to buy the product anyway. I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, what?
Like, I can't do that. I just can't. Because, like, yes, I know there's some people that have said real Pokemon fans and loyal Pokemon fans will support the game no matter what. You can't do that. I hate to sound like a jerk, but you can't do that. I understand you want to be a good fan, and I understand you want to support what you feel you like the most. I get that. But you don't even know this company's taking advantage of you. And that's just sad. Like, it hurts me to see that. Because the Pokemon Company and even Game Freak, they know they can release a basic borderline $40 worth product and charge 50% more and know you'll buy it anyway. And of course, well, this goes for like some of the parents too that don't know any better too. They like, oh, it's Pokemon. Everyone likes Pokemon. I'm buying it for my kid. But that's some of the people they prey upon too. It's just the brand name itself will sell anything.
Yeah, because it's just so
it doesn't matter what they put out.
It's so established, man.
The game is not a piece of shit. I don't want anyone thinking that. I will never call this game a piece of shit. It is entertaining, and it does have its fun moments. But this does not feel like a worthy Switch game. This is a 3DS game that has been brought to the Switch and charged a Switch price. Without a doubt. Like, I know that sounds extremely douchey of me, but like I wish people would just open up their eyes and see that. It's not a bad game. But when compared to other games that are selling for the same exact money or less,
yep,
it doesn't even come close.
No. Again, like I say, Mario freaking Odyssey.
That game has probably triple or quadruple the amount of playtime for this game. Unless if you are a hardcore fan and you will find a way to hardcore, as in like you want to build up tournament stuff for tournaments and shit. I mean, the raid battles are interesting. I mean, they ripped them off of Go, but there's a reason for that because they are fun. I like the raid battles in Pokemon Go. I like the way the raid battles are in this game. I still think that deserves even a little bit more polish, especially the online, which disconnects for no fucking reason. Ugh. But still, that's probably one of the best things about the game, too, are the raid battles. The raid battles are really cool because it involves strategy with all your friends, or the CPUs, I guess, but unless they decide to use a fucking Magikarp. I've seen that happen before.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the raid battles, that's probably one of the best things about the game. I forgot to say about the raid battles, and I apologize until now, but the raid battles are probably one of the best ideas about this game, even though they didn't invent it. But still, like, you need to rely on your other teammates, and especially if you're like over a Discord call or something and you like communicate with each other. That's super cool. I'm not gonna lie. Excellent idea. Probably the best idea and most polished idea they have. Yep. I'm not gonna lie. That's a really good idea. I'm sorry I didn't see the chat for a while. I got so innovative with that, so yeah, I'm definitely not hating on the game by any means. I don't want to hate on the game because I mean I still hate the fact that they got rid of all my favorites. I mean, who the fuck wouldn't feel disappointed that their favorites aren't in the game?
I know.
It's just a natural reaction.
I don't know if as many people are being vocal about that as you would think.
No, well, that's the thing. I don't know. I'm trying to be as biased as possible. I'm trying to look at this with both sides as much as I possibly can.
So you mean unbiased?
Oh, whatever.
It's like, yeah,
unbiased. Thanks for correcting me.
Because the bias is that, oh, no, this game sucks, and then it's a terrible piece of shit.
I'm trying to look at thank you for correcting me, because that would have been bad. Yeah, I'm looking at it as an unbiased opinion as possible. Like, I want to look at both sides. Yeah, it sucks that Dragonite's not in the game, but at the same time, there's other elements that do make up for it in a way. I mean, like I said, if the National Dex thing and the whole lying thing weren't a thing, I would give this game probably way better score than that. You still have to take into effect the fact that the reasons they gave for the cuts are bullshit. It would have been way more forgivable if they just said the truth from the beginning. They should have said, "Oh, by the way, guys, we have to transport shit over because we're running out of time. We want to meet the deadline."
Yeah, that was literally the reason. Yeah, that's all they had to say.
That's all they had to say.
We would have been disappointed at that reasoning, but we would have accepted it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or at least a lot more than what we got now.
So, well, here's the thing with going back to being a loyal Pokemon fan and buying it no matter what. Why don't you just tell your fan base, your loyal fan base, that? You know they'll understand. You're lying to their faces hoping that they're going to be suckers and buy the product anyway.
Yeah.
if it weren't for the leaks and shit, nobody would have found out till after they bought it.
Yeah, no, really.
They didn't expect the leaks to come out.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. If the leaks didn't come out and everybody didn't find out until like a week after they bought it, oh my god, there would have been more rage.
And that's another reason why corporations are starting to become very, very kind of old and kind of just non-educational when it comes to that thing, because this happens all the time. They think it's the old school where literally like information can't get out very easily, but no, it can. In this day and age, it can. Like a lot of people on the top of the ladder, they don't realize that shit. They really don't. Even though it's all around them, they refuse to be aware of it.
Yeah. So let me think of like my final. This is before I go like to questions and shit, because I do want to focus on questions. My final verdict on this game, like I said, the story was a C. Presentation, I'm giving it a C, even though I probably shouldn't. The music, fucking A, without a doubt. Big fat A, because I love the music.
Yeah, no, they did a good job.
I didn't talk about replayability. There's none.
I
forgot about my replayability section.
Yeah.
I'm like
it's an F.
The decks. No, I wouldn't say it's a. You do have the remaining Pokemon to complete the decks. The battle tower. Yeah, fuck that. The raid battles are a good way to get the Pokemon you're missing for the deck, so that's pretty much what that is. Or level up a decent team to try somebody new.
Yeah, because you probably get a little buttload of points from doing those.
You get the little candies to give yourself. You're like the XP candies. You get those.
Oh, that's cool.
So I like that. And really the only thing you have left is the battle tower sucks. I'm not gonna lie. That's just no. I don't like it. You have maybe online play against other people. I don't know how stale that'll get. I don't know how the competitive scene is for that. I'm too afraid to even look. And then you have just the decks, and that's it. Replayability. This is one of those things where you play the main story and you do the mini post game story that there is, and then there's really not much to do. Like there's no really reasons to go back to towns except maybe rebattle gyms. I think you can do. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, it's
literally just grinding a bunch of teams. That's why.
Yeah, that's meant the replayability. I'm gonna give a D. There's not much. I'm sorry. I mean, and no, it doesn't count if you restart a new file on the opposite game and do it again. That's not replayability. That's you spending too much money. But no, there's not that much replayability besides completing what minimal decks there is, and it's just. I mean, you can do the curry decks too, I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. I didn't really find that to be too appealing. It's cute. It's
the what?
The curry decks when you make fucking curries at the campsite. You didn't do that in the game yet?
No. I'll be honest. The whole like camping thing. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not really. I'm not.
I think someone told me there's 151 types of curry too. How dare you? How dare you have 151 Pokemon and you don't even have the original 151 even in the game?
Yeah. Yeah, no, like the camping thing is like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. That's just something.
Plus. I don't really give plus or minuses. It's just a flat out letter. So yeah, I think that other than that, like, oh yeah, I think I gave a nostalgia thing too, but I can't really say that. But there's not this. I mean, for a nostalgia factor, like, actually, that's actually not a bad way to rate it. Nostalgia factor. Does it feel similar to like the other past games? Does it hold up to the other past games? Yeah, it does. Like I said, if you look at this game, you know it's a Pokemon game. It doesn't do anything brand spanking new by any means, but
not particularly. No,
it takes what it has at a very comfortable and easy to understand pace.
Yeah,
it may be easy as fuck to complete, which the difficulty is. But difficulty's not. I mean, even not doing Dynamax at all, that still doesn't. And like you can easily grind and overcome.
Oh no, believe me, because I experienced that too. Right before you entered the first main town, I think it's Motorstoke City. I ended up grinding up to like level 20, and then everyone else was like half of the level I was. I'm like, oh, I guess I did a little too much because again, I was grinding in the wild area because wild area is a good place to grind. So I figured, okay, I'll just stay here for a bit.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, like the whole the nostalgia factor, like the whole fact does this feel like a Pokemon game? Does it hold up? The foundation for the game is there. It checks all the boxes on how to make a proper Pokemon game by all means. So, like, if for the nostalgia factor, I'm gonna give it a B. It does everything right for what Pokemon is. I can't deny that. I can't say that it didn't go above and beyond, but it's so recognizable as a Pokemon game. It's a very comfortable one. It's super laid back. You were like literally laying back in your fucking bed over your Pro Controller, just fucking chilling and playing the game. It's comfortable. It's a comfortable based game. It's a nice game to take casually.
It is very relaxing, and I like it for that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's the thing with this game. Is the fucking price tag. If this game was not sold for what it was, I would have been way more forgivable. Yep. I'm way more forgiving.
Yeah, forgiving of it, yeah.
It's just that's the only gripe I have with this game. It's a decent game. It's a fairly good game. I can't call it anything more than that because I know there's a lot of cut corners and a lot of weird design choices with this damn game and questionable decisions they made. But for a basic Pokemon experience, would anybody who plays this game get enjoyment out of it who is a Pokemon fan? Yes, without a doubt, 100%, and that's what I can give this game credit for. It does at least feel like a Pokemon game and a proper one, even if there were a lot of cut corners.
Yeah, and even if they could have added like a lot more polishing,
for sure. I mean, if you're really relaxing, it's for many people, it's all these blemishes are easy to brush over and just focus on what you have, and I definitely can agree with that.
I mean, it makes me hopeful for the future, but at the same time, though, man, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's my final verdict from from a 0 to 10 or 1 to 10 or whatever.
Probably like 6, probably 6.
I want to give this a 7.
7.
But the fact that the Pokemon Company and Game Freak lied to my face and said we're not having any this and this in the game because of bullshit excuses, I'm dropping it to a 6.
Mm-hmm.
If that and the fact that this game should not be sold at $60. I said it 5 times. I don't care. It's true. The price tag that's here, not worth $60. If it was $40. Definitely 7.
Yep.
Or more.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a comfortable experience, and if it weren't for that damn price tag, if you could find this at like half the price, I recommend this game for sure. Because it is a good game for what it is. Yep. It's decent. That's the thing. Oh, that's why I'm at a love-hate relationship with this game. I don't want to hate it, but I can't love it either.
Yeah, you can't entirely love it.
Oh, I'm so torn, man. It sucks because like part of me really wants to be like, yeah, this game is fun. It is fun. It is fun. I can't say that it's not because that's a lie. It is fun. But frame rate drops, reused animations, laughable fucking reused models, the fact that you're being ripped off in terms of price. Nope. 6 out of 10 it is.
Yeah, here's the thing with the updates though, Bo, they didn't say they were going to do that.
What is it?
Let's see, the best hope is set for the updates to implement the mechanics that we've all come to know and love, if they can do that, which I didn't think. I mean, especially if you're referring to the natural decks, they are not doing that.
No, they're not. What mechanics are they improving on? They literally took away moves, too.
Oh, yeah,
they took away, I know some of them were Z moves, which makes sense, because Mega Evolution didn't make the cut, but, some of them were basic moves, I think, low kick or something, or I forget which one.
No, low kick's in the game.
Oh, I forget, I forget what, oh, maybe it was Karate Chop.
Yeah, it might have been
Karate Chop. I forget which one it is, but
I'd say, well, I mean, what about
$40 more forgivable? Yes, because this feels like a 3DS game. And what is the price of a 3DS game? Pokemon game?
$39.99.
Exactly. Oops, I hit the mic. Exactly, for sure. Yeah, for freaking sure. The Via Seeker is no way to grind. Oh yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's true. God, boy, that's a device that's been around. Speaking of Fire Emblem, it's been around since those days.
Yeah, so would you recommend to someone who want to play Pokemon? That's tough. That really is. Because it once again goes down to the price tag situation. Like I said, if you can get this game at any sort of discount, like this lucky bastard did. Because, yeah, I would recommend this game because It checks off all the boxes for a foundation of a Pokemon game. If you can get past the laughable fucking animations and the lack of polish that it has, there are some really interesting elements. The basic mechanics for battling is there. It's something you're familiar with, and for newcomers, it's easy to jump into.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like some of the presentation there. Like I said, the gym battles and shit are super cool. Like the gym arenas and shit. It just reminds me of Battle Revolution days. If only the animations were there. Oh, it was so close. I could just see so many things in that game. Oh. The Battle Revolution had some really innovative animations for its time. That's like the one and only Pokemon game that show both Pokemon on the same screen at the same time and shit. Like Charizard would fly over to someone, one of the other bigger Pokemon, and actually use his attack animation on them, and they're right next to each other.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I don't know, that's one of the things that I kind of like. Or the fact that when Honchkrow used Fly, he's up in the air and he has to tip his hat before he dive bombs.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I fucking love that shit. Oh, I love that shit so much. All right, see, that's the kind of cool shit I wish was in this game.
And of course that was Gen 4, so that had the better mechanics, like the improved mechanics when it comes to the way moves are, instead of just being type based.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're actually action based.
It's incredibly difficult for me to get into a max raid battle. Oh, is it really that bad? I heard there was dropouts and connection issues. It's seriously that bad?
Man.
So that's kind of a letdown. I mean, once again, that just proves that this game doesn't have polish. It needed to be cooked in the oven.
Nintendo's online stuff is already kind of lackluster. Even in Smash, it's not perfect either. It's okay in Smash depending on your connection, but still.
No, Smash Online works pretty decently. At least at my house, I don't have that, unless it's somebody else. But for me personally, I don't have a lot of connection issues.
No, yeah, but yeah, that's why I said depends on your connections.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. I should say it's better in Ultimate than 4. I will say that, but then again, that was Wii U though.
Ooh. Almost dropped that.
Yeah, I'd say Ultimate's better than 4 in terms of online.
Oh, here's another thing too Oh, I'm sorry. I should have mentioned this early on, but the Pokemon, the new Pokemon designs.
Oh, yeah.
50-50.
Yeah.
You have some really cool ones oh, fuck. I'm an idiot. What the fuck's the bird's name again? The big black bird again?
Oh, Corviknight.
Thank you. Oh,
yeah,
I'm so terrible
because that's which I have that.
It's absolute sick-looking Pokemon.
Yeah, Rookidee, was it some Corvisquire, and then Corviknight.
Yeah, that's really cool. And then you have the main reason why I'll never eat an apple ever again.
Dragon Apple!
Congratulations, Altaria. You're no longer the worst dragon in the franchise.
I can't believe that Altaria was outdone by an apple.
I don't think Altaria's even in the game either.
No, Altaria isn't even in the game.
Oh no.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Oh my god, mixed opinions on the new Pokemon games for sure. Please ask us any more questions in case I forgot to mention something, because I have a bad habit with I'll remind myself. Oh shit, I should have mentioned this after the stream ends too.
I will admit I like a lot of the designs better than some of the ones in Gen 7. I felt like Gen 7 and Gen 6 and even Gen 5. Some of them were really weak.
Gen 5 was.
I think Gen 5 might have been the worst.
Hey, that was the best generation. What are you talking about?
Well, they also had an ice Pokemon that was an ice cream.
But it had me. I'm better.
Actually, legendaries? I don't even know. I haven't gotten that far in the game yet.
Excuse me. What is that over there? That is Pokemon Shield. You didn't get the right game. I'm in Sword. I'm gonna slap you aside the head. Like, you had one job. Buy the right version. And you couldn't even do that.
Nope.
You wasted your money.
I did. Yeah, I did. It's fine. It's fine.
Everyone knows that Hydreigon's the best Pokemon in the game. It should have been in both versions, but of course, I'm too awesome to be for that. So they had to limit me to only one version.
But getting with the legendaries, I haven't made it that far into the game there.
No, you haven't, but the story is lackluster too. Yeah, it, like I said, checks all the how to make Pokemon. How to make Pokemon basic story.
It's like I said, it was safe. It was too safe and conservative, man.
Yeah, that's something familiar, but maybe a little too familiar.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yes.
For sure.
Especially if the villain is who I think it is.
Some of the legendaries are cool, I will admit that. Like, they're interesting designs, I will admit.
Beat is serious boomer issues. like how?
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
Oh, actually, wait, no, I know how now. Yeah. Like, the fact that she's, like, a mega fan of the chairman as well. This is, I don't know, which, to me, I don't know, I mean, I have a feeling I know who the villain is. I'm not gonna say, but if it's anything like Pokemon Coliseum, then I have a feeling I know who it is.
Charizard, Buddy, Dragonite from the region with his good Gigantamax form. Yeah, that's funny. I already made that.
It's like, move aside.
I already made that joke where, yeah, the fact that, it's like, we have 2 Gen 1 dragons, but who's the most popular? And then, Charizard wins.
It's like, whee. It's like Dragonite.
It's like, whoosh. Oh, boring.
Just smack.
Just smack.
No, man.
That's great too, because yeah, it just
Dragonite with a very disappointed
no, it
face.
just shows like the guy holding up, like, instead of the papers, it's just Dragonite, and Bush is like, oh, boring, smacks him out of the way, and then the other woman comes in, holds up freaking Charizard with a Gigantamax form. Hey, get my attention now. Yeah.
It's like, dang, no time to actually implement this. I gotta make a snap decision.
Wait, that actually works pretty well with this game.
It's like, watch your ass, Pokemon fans, because Sure and Seal is coming for your ass. I can't believe that we technically made a comparison that worked with Captain Texas from Robot Chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe it. That, like a, what was it, 13-year-old sketch actually could parallel this.
And then you have, like, and then the guy that got smacked represents the fans that got their Pokemon cut. Is like, I'm sorry, that's for a need-to-know basis. I'm like, no, burn alive. Just tosses them aside into the fire. Yeah. You're not important enough anymore.
Oh, jeez.
And then,
I can't believe, wow, that's
and then, well, think about it. Then Bush thinks like that's all a dream, and then that's in his head, right? And he thinks that the Sword and Shield's gonna be the best game ever, but then in reality, he let go. He just jumps off the building and falls and plummets to his death. Like, man, that's so weird.
It's like, yeah. That's how I'm gonna affect the Pokemon games, Sword and Shield style.
Oh, wait, whoa, no. Here I go. And he just jumps out and doesn't realize that he's gonna plummet for sure. He goes, oh shit, he's made a mistake. It's so fucking weird how many times you can compare.
Believe it.
Just like that whole thing with the too much sauce, like the review, like it said, it's, oh, your Pokemon didn't make the cut. Okay, review is over.
What?
What's the matter with you? All I said, I'm just cutting 52% of the decks. It's no big deal, really.
It's like, well, what do you want from me? A Dynamax form? A Dynamax form?
Oh no, that actually could fit so well.
Oh man.
Oh
no. We need to put this on Reddit actually.
That actually works out. Oh no.
Holy criminy, dude.
Pangoro doesn't care.
Yeah, that was written a while ago. That was back for something.
Yeah,
that wasn't
this. Because I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, that's why you got me.
Oh man.
But yeah, boy, that is just freaking hilarious. You just have the gimmick as the part, like, as them breaking them from the crying.
That actually works.
That's
there's nothing that SpongeBob can't reference.
I guess so.
So yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing. Definitely giving. What is it? They're going to be disappointed when they find out Drive was sorted out of the range. Yeah. No.
Yeah, like I said, they gave him the ban hammer.
That's the only.
You're banned.
That's the only thing that I fear is the fact that, like, when Super Sword and Super Shield fucking comes out, then they'll use the Pokemon that got cut as a fucking selling point, and then that would just piss so many people off. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. It's like, give Dragonite some sugar.
No.
Oh wait, cause.
Oh, I never mind. I didn't know that was a comment. I'm sorry. I thought that was you being a smartass.
No. Give him some sugar. Keep rolling, baby.
Oh no. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this whole like discussion and review. I wanted to get my final thoughts out and finally put this behind me and just wait until next year.
Yeah, wait until next year.
I ended up getting this game at a nice discount for my sister for Christmas, so I will properly play this game with her when the time comes. I didn't fucking want to, but when someone really doesn't have like a handheld thing anymore and we have a Switch and they want to freaking play it so bad.
And even it was similarly to me because I never had a 3DS. I never played Gen 6 and 7. I completely skipped them entirely. So I just kind of wanted a Pokemon game to play again, even if it was kind of a little more on the casual side.
Yeah, no, for sure. I guess for how much he paid for this game, probably 60. Walmart had a sale for like what, $49.97 or some shit.
Yeah, $49.99, yeah.
Which I didn't mind. No, it's $49.97. I don't know why there was next year like $10.02 taken off of it, but whatever. Mm-hmm. Walmart's weird like that.
Yep.
So yeah, for sure, yeah. I would. 50 is fucking pushing it, but it's a Switch game. I doubt it'll get another discount anytime soon.
That's the thing. Yeah, anything with Nintendo, it's like buying a freaking Honda. They never get discounted.
I honestly think Black 2 and White 2 are still priced at the fucking same price.
You know what game took so long for that to happen? Because I saw that back when they had them in there. You remember New Super Mario, Super Mario Brothers 3, New Super Mario Brothers. That game took forever to come down in price. That game was...
I thought that game was still maxed priced.
It is still max priced?
I thought it was. It's still like 35 something, right? Oh, maybe it was 40 before.
Yeah, no, I think it would... Yeah, I think it might have been... Yeah, I think it like never changed. In the entire DS's lifespan, the price never went down.
Fucking crazy.
It's like buying a freaking Honda. Like you can have a Honda like 100,000 miles. You still pay like way more than you should for a 100,000 mile car.
Yeah.
But just because it's a freaking Honda.
Yeah. I feel bad for that other guy. And I'm not really feel bad, but like I don't want to get the impression where I'm hating the game, because I don't hate the game. There are elements that are entertaining, and the bottom line is, regardless of what I say, if you guys have spent the $60 and you feel like you got your money's worth and you feel like this was really good entertainment for what it is, that's what matters. For me personally, I don't think this game is worth full price. I've said that already now 7 times, but I just don't want anybody... like, the biggest fear of mine is...
I kind of feel cheated.
Yeah, I don't want him to feel like, oh shit, that's it. You know what I mean? I don't want him to get the one and done treatment and then all of a sudden feel like, oh shit, well, I don't want to feel like I did, like I bought Omega Ruby, because I feel like that was a fucking waste of money.
Yeah, because in this day and age, it's like, it's not like you got a game back in the 90s where, like, especially if you grew up even before then, you're like, games were really short back then, so to get a really long game, I was like, oh, this is a nice surprise and all that. But nowadays, that's just expected.
Expected, yeah, for sure. So... yeah, like it is, for what it is. It's good. It is good. It is definitely good, and way more forgivable if it was priced adequately. But Dr. Mario World sucks just as much. Yeah. Dr. Mario World is why even bring that up? I'm pissed off now. I'm surprised that game is still going, because that game did fucking poorly for sales and shit. Like
it wasn't anywhere near like Pokemon Masters or anything.
No
like
way. No, Mario Kart Tour is doing very... I don't know.
Is that even doing better than...
Yeah, it actually is. There's actually a lot of people are playing that, which kind of bugs the shit out of me.
Cough, cough, dashy, cough, cough.
Oh, dumbass.
Yep.
Oh my god, I wanted to reach through the phone and fucking go...
It's like, just stop spending money, you're not gonna get the Homie Yosh.
Oh, he eventually did.
He did get the Homie Yosh.
$320?
Freak. Wow. It's like I could freaking buy a professional microphone with that money. What the fuck?
Imagine like
I can improve the sound quality of this stream overnight with that amount of money.
The secret wild area with the so-called DLC Pokemon. You can go in there for 10 minutes a day unless you pay.
It's like you gotta pay.
Oh shit! You didn't get the Pokemon you wanted. Well, maybe if you just give me $10 more, maybe I'll no, you probably won't. But do it like 3 more times, and then you might get it.
The Threep from the Super Mario Maker.
That's right, the Threep.
The Threep. Actually, I think that was more like Threep than Threek.
Yeah, I think it was Threep. Yeah,
Threep.
as much as well, all right. Well, that's actually a good thing. Super Mario Maker 2 is a fucking like. There's so much replayability with that.
Yeah.
Endless levels to play, and just and you can get super creative with you or your friends. I mean, that alone has like way more value in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think that Game Freak and the Pokemon Company messed up with this game. The fact that if this game had the time necessary, it would have been way more instead of getting a 3DS game on a fucking Switch. That's it. There's not clear evidence, but there's a lot of speculation that makes it feel like that. The backdrops, paper cutout shit. The animations are, and the frame rate's so inconsistent.
Yeah.
But other than that, it is a decently solid game, and if you can get this game for used, actually, if you can get it used, I would recommend it as well, because you're not giving the Pokemon Company any more money, but you're still getting the product. So if you can get it used,
that's true.
And at a really good or at a really good price, or borrow it from your friend, because you could probably beat it in a fucking week and a half and then give it back.
Yeah, 2 weeks at the most, probably. Yeah.
Then yeah, I would recommend this game, and it is definitely enjoyable. I do not hate this game by any means. Despite the fact that they cut out my fucking channel mascots. Yeah, it fucking blows, but they're not the only ones. There's like 400 others that got cut too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was like over half of them.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I can't hate this game because it's not fair. It's not a piece of shit. It's not like Fallout 76, and it's not like Anthem by any fucking stretch of the imagination. It brings entertainment, and anyone that is a Pokemon fan by any means, like any type of Pokemon fan, will find enjoyment for sure. I have to point out positive things when I see it. I do not hate this game. I will never hate this game. But for sure. So Chavi Animation's like Mortal Kombat trilogy on N64.
I don't know if it's that bad. That game, ugh. Yeah, because I know the one he's talking about.
Yeah, that was Yeah, no, it's
it's more just like the frame rate is inconsistent. Not like the animations themselves. They're just kind of stiff and stale.
Yeah, no, they're definitely still like I mentioned before. If you did take out the visual effects, or the shit that they put over, like,
all like the sparkle and shimmer.
Yeah, then it would look so awkward and boring as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Even so, like, that's what the whole Dynamizing Gigantamax moves are. It's literally the same. The Pokemon doing the same animation, but different fucking particle effects happen on the screen. That's it. That's the quote unquote animations that they did, which I don't really count that as animations. I don't count that as Pokemon animations by any means. I count that as like move animations.
Probably the reason that game is smoother in those other systems, you gotta remember, because Saturn, PlayStation, and PC, they're all disc-based, and 64 is cartridge-based. That's probably the reason right there.
I could get sidetracked by everything. But, yeah. That's pretty much what I had. That's pretty much all that I have to say for that.
Wanna call it here?
Yeah, unless we have some more questions. I don't know if anyone else if anyone is willing to do that, but I doubt. But yeah, I'm sorry, I can't even speak right now. I'm so sorry. It's actually getting late for us. But yeah, that is like one of the things that I wanted to point out, because I noticed that I got some shit for saying, oh, I'm not getting Sword and Shield for this and this reason. At first, I got dislikes up the ass, which was kind of funny to me. And then all of a sudden, some of the dislikes went away, and then all of a sudden I have like 12 likes, which was like, okay. And that was weird. It was like 8 dislikes to like 1 like, and then all of a sudden I checked 2 days later, it's like 12 likes to 5 dislikes. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say that's a troll. That's a big fat troll.
Would you be trolled? No, I would be fucking livid. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Opinion change. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's talking about like the likes, dislikes thing.
Yeah. No,
Or probably a lot of that literally was like they just saw the title and they fucking disliked.
And then they rewatched the video and then they're like, oh.
Oh.
And I'm like, because like the one thing I mentioned in the beginning is I want to like this game. That's gonna. Yeah, I gave it credit in the beginning.
Yeah, it's like we made that like abundantly clear.
Like, I want to like this game. I'm giving this game a chance. I mean, yes, the National Dex thing fucking blows, but if you do step that aside, there are interesting things with this game, for sure. There's still a lot of bullshit, but like that whole, like, randomly ruining your SD card when you save thing, like that's fucking scary.
Yeah, that's another reason, again, slight tangent, but when it comes to a console that actually allows the use of physical games, just go fucking physical. Don't go digital. Like, again, just get the physical. You'll be using up less space there because it's not all on the system's hard drive. You'll be good. Just saying. I mean, especially on the Switch. I mean, for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, that's a different story because those have minimum of like 500 gigabytes. The Switch is not that. No, do not go from the PS4 and Xbox One to the Switch thinking that has the same memory capacity. It doesn't. At least not without some help, aka external hard drive.
That's just a weird fucking blemish that they have. But that's
sees the title. I immediately hate you afterwards. Like, oh, I respect your opinion.
That's the thing. I don't want anyone thinking I'm a hater because I mean it's.
Initially it may come across that, but it's really not. It's more just the passion behind what it should be.
I can't hate Pokemon because that'd be the most hypocritical fucking thing I would ever say. Have you seen my room? How do you know how much Lati, Dragonite, and Charizard shit that I have in my room? You know how much of a hypocrite I would be? Hell, like, even after knowing Sword and Shield, and was gonna be kind of as it is, and after knowing that they pretty much quote unquote killed Charizard a third time, I still bought a fucking Charizard fleece because I wanted that for my collection. I will always be a Pokemon fan, and you know the reason why I'm giving this game so much shit is because I want it to improve.
It's tough love.
Me being a loyal fan, I want this game to move forward, not still stagnant on the same path, or go lower,
or even move backward. Yeah, and
then, we as fans deserve better for being with the series for so long.
It may seem tough criticism, but it's tough love as well.
No, exactly. It's like exactly. That's why I don't want anyone thinking I'm a freaking hater because I am not, without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, a disclaimer probably would work and all, but it's like, I don't know, like, a lot of people probably wouldn't even read that.
People don't read.
Let's be fair.
People don't read disclaimers, only titles.
I mean, that could work, I guess, but it's really up to you if you'd want to do it. I mean, honestly, for me, I'm not really much of a disclaimer guy. It's like, you know,
trainer noticed him behind a wall. Yeah,
actually, that happened to me. Actually, well, sort of. Because the trainer was on the other side of kind of like a short little stone wall, but he could still see me over the wall. But the fact that he still saw me even though I was on the other side of the wall.
Was your head poking out?
My head was poking out.
That's debatable. That is really debatable.
Yeah, like obviously that was in the older games, especially the pre-DS, or actually, yeah, especially if it was like the pre-DS era. Yeah, no, that would never have happened. The wall would have been too tall.
The wall mechanic would have been there. So yeah.
Yeah, the route with the Pokegears, that was the same spot that happened to me. That was the same spot. Yeah, it's weird because, I mean, which I guess is more realistic. It's like, hey, I can clearly see you over that wall. Want a battle? Yeah, no.
Howdy, neighbor. Want a battle?
It's the little, I think it's like Route 4. It's right before the first gym.
That's funny, though. That's really funny. It's like, hey, I'm hiding out a complete sight. No, I see your head.
Yeah,
but are you ready to battle ass?
My name is Ass.
Oh no.
Are you ready to battle ass?
I mean, that's debatable because that's really tough because that could go both ways. That could be a programming error, or it could just be smart. You don't know.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, it is realistic, but again, if you played Pokemon games in the past, it's like that wouldn't have happened.
I see your hint. You will get your wish in the future, I promise. I see your hint. You will get that stream soon, I promise. It will be before my next Hotshot stream.
Oh, and TM4?
Yep, I see that. I will do it. I'll probably play as Calypso. I don't know why I'm mentioning that in a fucking Pokemon Sword and Shield review, but
I mean, it's the end now.
no, it's the end with the Q&A, but sure. I want to still keep it to this. I mean, I should actually. Yeah, I already mentioned my favorite Pokemon was Corviknight because I still love birds. Like I love. I grew up with like the legendary birds and Pidgeot. And
what's cool about Corviknight as well is that because Skarmory isn't in the game, right?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, because you know what type Corviknight is? Flying and Steel.
You bastard!
Yep.
That's just no.
Yeah, like see, like that kind of you could say is a little bit of a replacement for Skarmory, like a little bit.
A little bit. That is a replacement. Well, what are you talking about? Same type and everything.
Well, the reason I say that is because you find Rookidee, which is the first form of it. You find Rookidee like way early in the game, whereas in most games you never find Skarmory early unless you're doing like a randomizer or something.
Fucking yeah.
I think the funniest randomizer thing I did on Gold one time, I was just kind of messing around with it. I found like a Lugia within like the first area of the game.
Oh, wouldn't that be something? Hey, wouldn't it be funny if you they found a way to do a randomizer for this and you get some of the actually encounter some of the Pokemon that are coded into the game but aren't supposed to appear?
Oh my god!
It's like, holy shit! I actually found Bulbasaur. Take that, bitch.
I mean, sure, he looks incredibly stilted because he's technically not coded, but I still got him.
No, he's fully coded.
Oh, he's fully coded?
No, yeah, the Bulbasaur lineup and the Squirtle lineup are fully coded into the game, but not accessible.
Oh, I was referring to the ones where like the framework was still in it, but like wasn't there something where somebody found some where the models were in the game, but not?
No, unless you're thinking of the fact that some people imported the Let's Go models into the game.
Oh, I'm thinking of that. Never mind.
Yeah, there's already hackers trying to literally import Pokemon, and considering that Dragonite is Gen 1 and in Let's Go, I'm crossing my fucking fingers that they actually implement something in the next few months. You don't even know how fucking happy I'll be. I will find a way to patch that onto my Switch, damn it. That'll be the way to play the game. Make it so that Dratini's available in like the first couple routes of the game, please. Thank you.
I mean, that'd be kind of neat.
Dratini as a starter.
Yeah, because that was one thing I was actually messing around with in Gold as well, is the is having like randomized starters. I remember one time one of the random starters, which I ended up choosing was a Togetic.
Huh.
I'm just like it was like the best one out of all of them. I think one of them was an Igglybuff. One of them was like another random one I forgot, and then one of them was like a Togetic. I'm like, I'll take the Togetic.
That actually works. That's funny.
So it's like, no, that's a flying type. I could just teach him fly like right off the bat. Like, I don't have to worry about catching another flying type. It's beautiful. Remember, this is in Gold version, though, so this is, like, old now.
Oh, before he got the fairy treatment?
Yeah, before he got the fairy. Yeah, he was just normal flying back in the day. It's kind of another thing, too, is that because of the way to get, like, ones like, well, actually, no, Togekiss was a stone, so that's different. That's the Dawnstone. But, like, I mean, I kind of miss the usage of some of the ones, like, like Magnezone and stuff like that, and where you had to take it to a specific area. or I should say you had to take Magneton to a specific area to evolve it into Magnezone. I think even Electivire was another one like that, too.
I love some of the reactions that some people got to be like, that some people were like, oh, so that's the reason why they never revealed the evolutions to the starters, because most of them are ugly. If they don't impress me in the future, then there will be hell. Like one thing I will say right off the bat is if this game continues to sell as well as it is, don't expect any more improvements.
No,
because it just goes the same business perspective that we talked about this in the car ride after Wendy's is why if you could half-ass a product and make the same amount of money or more, why would you put any more effort? You're using less money in production and less effort with employees, and you're earning the same profit. So the same amount of income. So you're earning more profit.
Yep.
So that's so
again, business logic. That's like
it's business logic. I hate thinking about it like that for sure.
But
I fucking hate it. But
it's true.
It's how a lot of video game companies think nowadays.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, if I were to Leaf Green, it's Gen 3 in the fact that... Well, actually... No, I guess it really is more Gen 1, because you can't... can you get even Gen 3 Pokemon in Fire Red Leaf Green? I thought you could, like, way later, like, in post-game.
Not that I know of.
No,
I think it's Gen 1 and 2.
Yeah, just Gen 1 and 2. Yeah, you're right. But it has Gen 3... Yeah, it has Gen 3 moves, I think, though.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, it has Gen 3 moves. So. That's, like, the only way, really, that it's Gen 3, that it has the moves. That's it. Let's see, Sword and Shield made $6 million in sales in 3 days.
Yeah, no, I think that was for... I forget if that was both digital and physical. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's true, too.
No, I think it's physical, not digital. I don't think... Yeah, no, it's digital excluded. There's no digital sales yet, which is weird. You would think they would have the data by now. But yeah. Oh, those are good old days.
Yeah, that's the thing, too, because in Gen 3, like, I felt as if... I don't know, I felt as if they did a good balancing with, like, between, like, the new and the old Pokemon within it. Like, at least before you got the National Dex, I should say.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Really good balancing in that sense. And even likewise with 2. I mean, I'll be honest, in terms of, like, the Pokemon itself, Gen 2 was probably the least impressive. But then again, part of it was because of the mechanics, because it was all type-based. So Pokemon like, even like Kingler and all that got screwed because his special attack is horrible, but he was a water type. Back then, he was just a special type only, but then in Gen 4, he was amazing.
Now, another thing, too, is one thing... Actually, I didn't realize this now, but, like, what happens to Pokemon like Sirfetch'd, for example? Like, where they have to have a Galarian form to evolve into that.
Yeah, and even, like, Zigzagoon's another one.
Yeah, but will they have the Galarian forms in future games, or will, like, these new evolutions just be fucking scrapped in future titles?
Yeah, that's a bit of a glaring inconsistency there.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe is that the reason why they're one of the main reasons why they're not having the National Dex back is because they just fucked themselves royally by doing
either that or what they'll do with it. They'll retcon the evolutions despite the Galarian forms. They'll retcon that shit. So the evolutions will still be there, but the fact that it's a Galarian form will be completely irrelevant.
That's weird.
Yeah, they'll literally retcon them because otherwise they would be taking content away in a way.
Yeah, that's just...
So yeah, no, they would literally have to retcon the evolutions, but just have it be, oh yeah, remember the fact they were supposed to be Galarian form to evolve? Yeah, forget that.
Yeah, because what I'm looking at now, it's... Yeah, Obstagoon was one of them. Yeah, Berserker was one of them. Cursula, and that's the thing.
Let's see, because what was Obstagoon, the form?
That was what Linoon turns into.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was Linoon's.
And then Cursula, which is what Corsola turns into, and then Sirfetch'd, obviously.
Or Farfetch'd.
Then Mr. Rhyme.
Yeah, Mr. Rhyme, yeah.
Which is the same typing as Jinx, so wow.
Oh yeah, Ice and Psychic.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, because Jinx isn't in the game.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure she isn't.
What the fuck? They're doing this shit on purpose. What? Is there a fucking dragon and flying type in this game that I don't know of?
Yeah, right.
I mean, there's electric dragon and water and dragon and ghost. Oh yeah, there's Dragapult. That's the pseudo legend of the region.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's. I mean, I still think that Dragonite got replaced by the fucking apple pie. I will never. You have ruined apple pies for me, Appleton, bastard.
Yeah, it's like. Yeah. Remember how the American, like, if you think America...
I am now legally allergic to apples. If you put an apple in front of me, I will die.
Yeah, it's like with America, you always think, oh, it's like mom baseball apple pie. Yeah, no. You've hurt America in that sense. Way to go.
I don't know. It's just...
I know. I'm teasing. Teasing.
It's just, you know. Well, Thanksgiving is going to be very disappointing because Grandma's going to bring over homemade apple pie, and I'm like, I'm allergic to that. You're going to kill me. I can't eat that anymore.
Well, in that case, you'll just have to go to blueberry pie.
Blueberry pie? Well, I don't know. It's a little late. I think it's already in production.
Oh.
That's going to have way more time in the oven than this game did.
Shots fired, motherfucker. Oh, my God.
I told it's great. I think it's one of the worst designs of Charizard yet. Not gonna I think that's Gigantamax Charizard is the worst design ever. Like especially it has like the really really queer looking like wallpaper design on its stomach. You have it's supposed to be a badass like flame everywhere, and then all of a
They
sudden
try
you have
too
that.
hard
Like
with
what
it.
is that? Like why is that even there? What are you trying to do besides make me laugh at you? Oh, by the way, has anyone figured out if you can use Stealth Rock on the final battle?
Of course, Galarian Meowth, like literally Meowth the snake. like the slender Meowth.
But I'm just wondering if you could use if you're able to use Stealth Rock on like the final battle and just like make Leon's Charizard lose half his fucking health before it even gets sent out.
If you're in Dynamax though, I don't think you can.
No, but not if you don't have to be in Dynamax form. You can. I'm talking about before he does this whole stupid shit.
That's true. That's true.
Because I don't know. I thought they limit Stealth Rock and shit like that to a limited amount of turns. But so you just use it like right before he sends that shit out. So that way when he does send it out, it just loses fucking half his health.
And that's true too with Galarian Meowth, because I've seen him before. I was thinking Gigantamax Meowth. With Galarian Meowth, he has a freaking beard.
Ugh. I mean, okay.
And it's funny that Meowth is always one that they tend to change as well, because I mean, Meowth had an Alolan form.
Yeah, he got screwed 3 times too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Alolan Meowth was okay.
Yeah,
the fact that he just looks like he has like an I don't give a fuck attitude. I kind of like that. I mean, that's okay. That's a decent form, but I don't know. It just there's a lot of things that. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the Gigantamax Meowth. The long cat meme.
Slendy Meowth.
The long cat meme. Slendy Meowth. Slender mouth. Slender mouth.
It's less Slendy Meowth.
Oh no, that is bad. That is gross.
Yep.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I think the only way to get him, by the way, is if you have. No, I'm sorry. Is it? No, that's not. That's I'm thinking. It's
a mystery gift. I already got him.
It was a mystery. Yeah, it was a mystery gift.
Yeah, I already got him.
And then in order to get the Pikachu and the Eevee, you have to have a Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu save file.
Mm-hmm.
Which we do have a Let's Go Eevee save file, so as long as we can get it early. I'm never gonna use it. But yeah, so that's pretty much every. Dr. Pepper is my favorite Pokemon member.
Is my type.
We never got those.
Yeah, for Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu.
Yeah, it's nice, but I honestly don't I'll be honest. I think this game is better than those because believe it or not, there is more content in this game than there is in those.
Even though there was more Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. No, there's not. This game has way more Pokemon than that. The other game out of the original 151.
Oh, that's right.
Plus Meltan.
That's right.
So. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, so before I go again, I'm just gonna give my final verdict once again, in case anyone skipped to the very end of this. So, everything like the presentation, I gave a C. Music, I gave an A. The story, I gave a C. The replayability is D for sure, and then the nostalgia factor, how it lives up to the other Pokemon games, I gave a B. So overall, I give this game a 6 out of 10. Yeah, for sure. What it does right, it does do right for the most part. The foundation for the Pokemon game is there. It does feel like a Pokemon game.
Yeah,
if you're not expecting anything more than what you got from Sun and Moon or X and Y, you'll feel comfortable right at home here. There's definitely a nice, enjoyable journey to go through. Unfortunately, what really kills this game is the fact that they're selling a game that was clearly made for the 3DS on the Switch and charging it AAA prices. So that is where it loses the points and makes it go down to a 6 out of 10. A solid game at its core, but definitely needed more time and effort to improve upon, for sure. And that's pretty much my last thoughts on this game. I'm not making another video on this unless Pokemon Company decides to pull some triggers and I have to come back. But other than that, I'm pretty much done. No more rant videos on this. No more constructive criticisms on this. That's gonna be it. So before I go, any last questions? I'm gonna give like another 60 seconds for that, because obviously the chat has to catch up. But any last questions for that? But yeah, 50% more than the 3D. Yep, I can't forgive it for that.
Yep.
If you do I recommend this game to anyone? If you A, get it for Christmas, B, you can get it at a discounted price somewhere, or C, you can buy it used, then yes, I would honestly solidly recommend this game for sure. Because if you are any sort of Pokemon fan, or if you want to give this series a try for the first time, yes, I recommend it for that reason alone. So, it's if you push the blemishes aside, which let's face it, a lot of people are, yes, it is a solid game. It is not a good game or a great game by any means, but it's decent, as I mentioned many times before. Hoping for a miracle. Yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised. I mean, I don't know what GameStop would sell it used. I'm not sure with that. Yeah, I might have gotten lucky with the Walmart launch day sale.
That was like the only place I was doing that.
Yeah, Walmart was the only place I was doing it, but you had to get it launch day too, which, yeah, fuck you with that. I hate business practices like that, but considering that we were getting it for my sister for Christmas anyway because she wanted it, it was hell if I can save $10 on it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's just a so-so game. Yeah, no, I agree, for sure. It's definitely not a piece of shit by any means, but It's nothing spectacular either. It's definitely in the middle of the road, which is why I gave it a 6. Gave it a 6 for that reason. It's definitely...
Yeah, it's like, 6 is often perceived as, like, as bad. No, it's really not. It's above average.
Yeah, it is above average. I think I gave this game way more fair of a criticism than fucking IGN did. Fucking ass kissers.
You know, ass kissers, dick suckers. Yeah, so I think we're pretty much good to call it.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going to be ending it. But yeah, thank you guys for listening for that. If you can get this game at a discount or for a gift or anything, you will enjoy it. I guarantee there is enjoyment with this. It's casual. It's comfortable. It doesn't do anything over the top. But for anyone that really isn't looking for anything like that and they just want something just that's Pokemon that has a little bit of a different flavor, this game has it at the very least. You won't, for all those that were expecting above average Switch expectations, you'll be disappointed. But for anyone that's just looking for a basic romp around Pokemon experience, you'll be satisfied. So that's my final verdict on that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you in another video.
Yep, peace.
Bye-bye, guys.